Hello, welcome to the homework review for homework 2.2, Introducing Subtraction of Integers, ACE problems 6 and 7 on page 33. Today in class, we just reviewed the algorithm that we learned last week for subtracting integers. The first choice when subtracting integers is always just to change it to addition. That remember, subtraction is adding the opposite of a number. So if you had subtracting -4, you'd be adding +4. If you're subtracting +4, you'd be adding -4. So just, if it's easier, turn all subtraction problems to addition problems. But if you don't want to do that, then we learned a couple of other algorithms. We learned that the easier one is when they have opposite signs. When you're subtracting when you have a subtraction problem with opposite signs, so a positive minus a negative or a negative minus a positive, all you do is add the two numbers and then you take the sign of the first number. So a positive minus a negative is always positive, and a negative minus a positive is always negative. So that part was easier. If they have the same size, same sign, it's a little trickier, but not too bad. So if you have a positive minus a positive or a negative minus a negative, you do the subtraction, you subtract their absolute values. And then you take the sign of the larger number, not necessarily the absolute value, but the larger number. So -2 is larger than -4. +4 is larger than +2. So you take the sign of the larger number. Or you can just think about it, if the first number is bigger, then it's positive. So a +4 minus a +2 is always bigger. A -2 minus a -4, -2 is bigger, so it's always positive. So it's positive if the first number is bigger, negative if the second number is bigger, whichever algorithm works for you. So I know that I said that quickly, but you can also actually go back and use chipboards, you can use number lines, you can use any method that you want to use to help you figure it out. And these are just practice problems, and we'll practice more in class tomorrow. Okay, so to get to the answers. +12 minus a +4 is a +8. +4 minus a +12 is a -8. -12 minus a +4 is a -16. -7 minus a +8 is -15. +45 minus a -40 is +85. +45 minus a -50 equals a +95. -25 minus a -75 is +50. -62 minus a -12 is a -50. +8/10 minus a -5/10 is a +1 3/10. +1/2 minus a +3/4 is -1/4. -2/5 minus a +1/5 is a -3/5. -7/12 minus a +4/5 is a -3/2. And then finding each value without using a calculator, +12 plus a -12, they're just opposites, so that's 0. Same thing, +12 minus a +12, just 0. -12 minus a -12 is going to be -24. -12 minus a -12 is 0, because that's the same thing as plus a positive. -12 plus a -12 is -24, and -12 plus a +12 is 0. I'm going to come up here and review the algorithm again just so you can see. So there's where we have an example of a positive minus a positive, so we just subtract, that's why we got +8. Here's an example of a negative minus a negative. A negative minus a negative, this is really saying plus a positive. So we're subtracting -25 minus a -75, and it's positive because the first number is bigger. So subtract 75 minus 25 gives you the 50, but -25 is actually bigger than -75, so it's going to be positive. And then a positive minus a positive, those are opposite signs, so you just add and take the sign of the bigger, what did I do here? Take the sign of the first number, -15, and then where's a positive and a negative here? You add and you take the sign of the first number, which is positive. So those are just examples, okay? And our keyword for today will be algorithm, right here, algorithm, ALGORITHMS, or M, you don't need the S, algorithm or algorithms. That's our keyword for today. Thank you.